Welcome, Catoosa County, to Rise and Grind. Arista Consulting Group is your supplemental retirement plan advisor, and we've put this short video together to help lead you to financial security. My name is Amy Mulvane, and I am an account executive at Arista Consulting Group. And today I have our expert financial planner, Toby Anderson, with us. Welcome, Toby.
Thank you. Good morning.
So we're so excited for all the employees of Catoosa County. We know you're hard at work getting ready to either start school back, or if you're watching this after school has began, we hope that you had a successful start to what this really strange year is. So today we want to talk to you about the importance of financial planning. A lot of people think that they don't have enough money to need a financial planner, but we want to help you to start thinking about healthy habits to help you save more in your retirement. So Toby, what do you have for us this morning?
Well, thank you, Amy, and hello to everybody at Catoosa County. We're excited to do this for you. And really, we just want to take a couple minutes. The number one goal that Amy and I have today is just to encourage you to participate in the 403B plan. It's amazing with just a little bit of savings consistently over time, how big of an impact that has when it is time, when you get to the point when you're ready to retire. And so we're just going to encourage you to do that. I've got a few slides that will show you in a little bit about, how not to let this crazy time impact your decisions to do that as far as from a market perspective. But we really want to just encourage you to start the habit of saving and continue it on regardless of what's going on, in the world, which is always going to have its ups and downs and its volatility and its craziness, particularly in 2020.
Toby, that's a great point. We help a lot of people accomplish their goals for retirement, and it's one of the things I absolutely love most about working at Arista, helping lead people to financial security. And we've never had someone get to their retirement date and say, why did I save all this money, right? That's something that you're never going to regret. So getting these habits down pat early is key, because even if you're just saving a little bit, if you save a little bit consistently over time, it can make a big difference.
It does. And look, we also want, we want everyone listening to this to know that, just because of our relationship with Catoosa, you've got full access to all the resources at Arista, and that includes myself, my team. And so we're here to help in any way possible, whether you've got questions about budgeting, savings, your asset allocation, or anything else that you may have. We're here to help, and we want you to know that we're just, we're a part of Catoosa County and excited to help, like Amy said, help take the next step toward financial security.
Absolutely. A lot of people, especially during this pandemic, they're facing things that they've never had to think about before.
Yeah.
Finances has always been a stress factor for families, but now add the pandemic in, and it's become even more stressful financially.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have the mentality of, I don't have enough money that I can set aside to invest, so why bother? So I think the biggest message, that we want to help the employees of Catoosa County understand is, even if it's $20 a month that you can only save in your supplemental retirement plan, make some small sacrifice, whatever it is, just to put that money away to help you be more prepared for retirement.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's all about creating that habit. And then what I encourage people to do, whether you're early on, this is your first year teaching, or you're 25 years in and you've got the finish line in sight, always, you just want to build that habit. And like you said, even if it's $20 a month, that's a great place to start. Then look for opportunities throughout your career and every year to increase that, whether it's you pay off a credit card, now you got a little bit of extra money you can put more toward your retirement, or you get a raise and you can put a portion of that toward your retirement. So it's about creating those habits and looking for every opportunity you can to free up some additional dollars to continue to add to the savings. And if I can take just a second, I'm going to share my screen here with y'all, and I want to just show you a couple slides, because Amy, you mentioned it several times. This is an unprecedented year, and I think that goes without saying. And people sometimes people are concerned, about what's going on in the market, and maybe they don't have the resources to save, or they think they shouldn't. And when we look at some returns, and I don't want to get too technical here, but the first and second quarter couldn't have been more opposite, right? You look at the bottom chart there. Everything was negative. People got scared. People quit saving, people quit investing, just because they were worried that, everything was going to completely fall apart. And it looked like it was for a little bit, but then look at the second quarter. It's a complete opposite of where we were then, and everything. We're sitting here today back at the numbers we were to start the year. And this little graph here just shows the drastic downturn we saw, really in a four-week period starting the end of February. But then look at that steady recovery. And I use this chart just to encourage people to, don't pay attention to the noise. Don't pay attention to what's, going on the talking heads on TV, or, talking about everything falling apart. The market tends to find its way to make things better. It adjusts as it needs, and anybody that's saving in their retirement plan, they're going to end up having a decent year, despite what looked like was going to be a complete disaster, early on. And then I tell people that, a lot of the noise, obviously now it's about politics. You're not going to be able to, you can't look left or right without somebody, sharing their honest opinion about how they feel about things. But don't let that, impede your desire to invest or to save, because the market really doesn't care who's in the White House or who's in the Senate. Like I said earlier, it adjusts, it finds a way, and it tends to do positive numbers, regardless of the output. So my point in showing a couple of this is, don't let outside factors inhibit your desire and your ability to create that habit of consistent savings month after month, year after year, for a long period of time. It makes a huge difference, and it puts you in a place when it is time to retire, for you to have the retirement that you desire and that you're envisioning, which is why you're working. You're eventually going to be done. I'm sure a lot of you wish you were done right now, so you're not having to deal with all the stuff going on with the pandemic. But this last chart I'm going to show you just shows what, being in a balanced portfolio, which just means you're properly asset allocated. Which, if you got questions about that, please reach out. We'll make sure you're where you need to be. But over time, you make money being invested. That's why you're putting money in your 403B or 457 plan. That's why you're doing it consistently over time, and it does work. And it just, historically, it always has. Maybe not on a 1-year basis, but certainly on a 3, 5, 10, 20-year basis. It gets you to where you want to be toward retirement.
Toby, that's a great point. I've heard it said several times, the market's just too volatile this year for me to invest in it.
Yeah.
And the message here is diversification.
Yes.
It's investing consistently over time. It's not a short-term investment, it's a long-term investment. So Catoosa County employees, please take advantage of the services that you have with the Arista Consulting Group. You're going to have our contact information in this email. You can click on the link to schedule a meeting with Toby if you need to talk about any financial planning items, whether it's how do I get out of debt, how do I set a budget, what should my diversification be, how much should I be saving if I want to retire at this certain date. We are here to serve you, and it's our honor to help lead you to financial security. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video.
Thank you all.